Hi everyone, it's April Garwood from Banana Moon Studio. I'm here with this week's studio update. So first of all, I took a couple weeks off for the holidays. I hope all of you had a very wonderful Christmas, or if you celebrate Hanukkah, I hope you had a wonderful Hanukkah. And I hope that so far this new year is going great and that it'll be a great year for all of us. So, over the last couple weeks, I have been doing quite a bit of work, but mostly it's behind the scenes stuff, scheduling emails and social media posts, because next week, I believe on Wednesday, the 15th, I am going to be starting an event that I am hosting. It's going to be a blog hop and crochet along called Granny Fest. Sorry, I'm pulling up my sock. So Granny Fest is, like I said, a blog hop and crochet along that is featuring crochet patterns that use granny stitch or granny squares. And if you've been following me for a while, then you know that I just released a new collection of crochet patterns that use traditional granny squares. So of course you will see those featured in the event, but there will be additional patterns as well, because I'm also featuring one other pattern of mine with granny stitch, but also I have several other bloggers and designers joining me for this event, so their patterns will also be included in the event. So I will have more details for you about Granny Fest in next week's studio update. That's when I'll give you all the info about where to go and what to do so that you can participate in this fun event. So like you probably did, I spent some time just crafting for fun over the holidays. This sweater that I'm wearing is hand knit. I knit this from yarn that I just had in my stash, so honestly I couldn't really tell you what brand it is or where it came from. However, the pattern is called Simple Stripes and it is by Suvi Knits. I got it on Ravelry. It's just a pretty basic striped sweater that I'm really happy with. I did it in sock yarn or like fingering weight yarn. So anyway, and then also, oh, I was gonna grab this just a minute off my table. This is not really business related, but you know, it's what I've been up to. With the scraps left over from this sweater, I decided to knit a pair of ankle socks. So this is as far as I've gotten on an ankle sock. This pattern is Basic Ribbed Sock by Kate Atherley. It's from her book Custom Socks, which I have sitting over there. This is my favorite sock pattern. It's just basic, but all of the socks I have knit from this pattern fit so perfectly and comfortably. I love them. So I pretty much use that sock pattern all the time. And then the other thing I have been doing for fun is spinning. I don't know, you can see just right, let's see if I can get my hand to move the right way. Right here is my spinning wheel. This is some of the fiber that I've been spinning. This colorway is called Duran's Day. It's from Bumblebee Acres Fiber Farms, and this is from their There and Back Again Fiber Club from this last year. I got all 12 months of the There and Back Again Fiber Club, but I've been just kind of stashing most of it and occasionally spinning through it. So this is not the most recent one that I received, but so anyway, yeah, I've been doing a lot of crafting for fun and a lot of scheduling posts in the background for this event. However, I will be very soon starting on another collection of patterns that it'll probably take me a few months to get it finished and out, but that's what I'm working on next. The last thing that I wanted to tell you about, as we come into the new year, a lot of us may be thinking about, you know, what we want to do over this next year. And a lot of people decide, you know what, I'm not going to buy any more yarn for a while. I need to use up scraps for my stash. So if that's you, I have a couple of pattern suggestions for you that are great for using up scraps. So first up, and this is also very seasonally appropriate. Let's see if I can, I'm not going to be able to spread out this whole thing. This is my Valentine garland. It's a free crochet pattern you can find on my website. The individual hearts are made with worsted weight yarn, and I made mine in 3 colors, this yellow, pink, and red. And then they're attached together with a long chain of the same yarn. And I usually hang this from my mantle above my fireplace this time of year. You could also hang this from a banister, a doorway, around your cubicle at work. You could make just one heart and hang it from a rearview mirror or a doorknob. But each of these hearts takes just a very small amount of yarn and also some polyfill stuffing. And I think I have just an individual one over here. So each of these hearts is very quick to make. And honestly, you could use any weight of yarn that you have in your stash to make a heart. And if you use lots of different weights and colors and types of yarn, your hearts might be different sizes, but that could be really cute. So it's a great way to use up your scrap yarn to make these little hearts. You can gift one, like I said, to hang from a rearview mirror to someone you care for, or you can make a whole bunch to decorate a room. So that is a great way to use up your scrap yarn that's also perfect for the next holiday coming up. If you are a knitter and you like to make socks like I do, my Cameron Christmas bauble is a great way to use up, well, it's gotten a little misshapen, is a great way to use up your sock yarn scraps. It is stuffed with polyfill, and the striping sock yarn that I used was nice too because it gave it the stripes, but you can use any sock yarn. In fact, you could use even larger weights of yarn and just have a larger bauble if that's what you want to do. So that's a great way to knit to use up your scrap yarn. And then also one of my very recent crochet patterns, Harmon Hat, is a great way for using up scraps. So you could use a different worsted weight scrap yarn for the center of each square, and then tie it all together by putting just the one solid color for the last round of each square, and then you'll use the same one to join and edge it. So that's a great crochet project for using up scraps. This is worsted weight yarn. All of these patterns are available free on my website, and I will link them in the description for this video. Another scrap yarn project that I have for the crocheters, I'm going to stand up so I can show you this a little bit better. This is called Petit Pocket Wrap. I can never get the colors to show up quite right when I photograph or video this. It shows up better when I put it closer to the camera. So this is a great way to use up scraps because you can, obviously you're going to need quite a lot of the white or whatever neutral color you choose to use, but each of the stripes can be done in a different color. This is worsted weight yarn, and this makes a wonderful gift or accessory for this time of year. And then I just chose one of the scraps to use for my pockets, which the pockets are like solid granny squares, so they're pretty easy. And then I finished the ends of it with fringe so that I didn't have to weave in all of the ends from the stripes. It's kind of a cheater's way to make a striped project without having to weave in all the ends. So that's Petit Pocket Wrap, another great way to use up your scraps in a crochet project. All right, so those are my suggestions for scrap projects to use up your scraps this time of year. Remember, I'll have more details next week about Granny Fest. You'll find the links to all of those patterns I showed you in the description for the video. And I think that's it. I hope all of you have a marvelous new year, and I will see you next week for another Banana Moon Studio update. Have a great week. Bye.